I'm Tom Service. I'm a writer and broadcaster. I spend quite a lot of time, well, making people listen to what I do, I suppose. I suppose they've got no choice when they turn on the radio and in other contexts too. So what is listening? I mean, I think it's really the most profound question we can ask about music, not only from a musician's point of view, but from an audience point of view. It's my belief that there is really a dark matter to the whole of musical culture, which is the story of the relationship between the music that's performed and composed and how it's been interpreted, how it's been heard by us as listeners. Now, of course, musicians and composers are vitally important, but actually that circle, that whole culture of music making is only completed when listeners are there. So there's an awful lot that musicians and composers can't control. So the repertoire this summer, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, Mahler's Fifth Symphony. Well, let's just think very briefly about Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. There's a piece which has been listened to in all kinds of different ways. The words seem straightforward, indeed Beethoven's music seems straightforward if we think narrowly about the Ode to Joy tune. It's a tune which he wrote, which he wanted to be listened to, he wanted to be sung as well, actually, by all of its listeners, by the whole world. All men and women, he meant, of course, in Schiller's words, will be brothers. The astonishing thing about this piece is how it's become one of the most dangerous emblems in musical history, precisely because of the way it's been heard. Only at the beginning of July, the MEPs just voted in from the Brexit party in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is going through its the little Brexit controversy at the moment. They turned their backs when the European anthem, the Ode to Joy, was played. So this is a piece which is deeply controversial now. The G20 summit in Hamburg, all the leaders listening to it. Meanwhile, outside there were protests on the street. Going back through history, the 1970s, the way it was used as the racist national anthem of Rhodesia. The 1940s, it becomes a symbol for the Nazis. Just at the same time, for Stalin's Russia, it's a symbol of communism. The point about this tune, how it's been heard, how it's been used, is it's not only a hymn to universal brotherhood. It's about how you define who's in the brotherhood. And it's been used for the darkest ends of humanity, as well as those that bring people together, which is all a far too long way of saying that listening matters. And it's arguably the most vital link in the chain of musical culture, because it's the meanings that we create with listeners, and it's the meanings that are projected through the listening culture of musicians and composers that really define how this music functions in the world. Without listening, there can be no music.